What's up, YouTube? I'm doing a review on this Pioneer Arms 5.56 underfolder. Now, I know that there's a lot of negative reviews out there on this. I decided to give it a shot because I was looking for a 5.56 AK. I love AKs, they're one of my favorite platforms. And I liked the underfolder, so I figured I'd give it a try and see what kind of experience I had with it. So I'm going to go ahead and share that experience with you guys. So I bought this. I bought the cheapest version I could find, which was all the plastic furniture. Did not pay a lot of money for it. I was less than $700 shipped. I put about 300 rounds through it and had not a single issue. I really enjoyed the way it shot. The trigger out of the box was much better than I expected. And so I decided that I was going to go ahead and upgrade it a little bit so I could share with anybody else that's thinking about going with one of these what is compatible, what works, and then just give you my overall take on it. First thing, we'll go with the mags. It comes with these waffle pattern magazines. They work very well. I haven't had any issues with them at all. I've dropped them, they've bounced around in my truck, and no problems whatsoever. They feel durable, and yeah, no issues. And then I ordered the WBP, which is in it. It's like a smoke clear type plastic. They work extremely well. I haven't had a single issue with them. They are a little bit tight in the magwell. It does take a few times going in and out for it to kind of wear in and fit the magwell. That's one thing with this that I can say. The magwell is extremely tight. Although the waffle pattern mags that it comes with, they fit right in, no issue. And like I said, the WBP, after a few times going in and out, no issue, no feeding issues whatsoever. On this particular rifle, this is their Forged series, so it has the Forged trunnion. And then I did some upgrades. Like I said, I love my AKs. I've done quite a few different AK builds. And so I wanted to change out the front grip on it. I went with the Crook. Believe that's how it's pronounced. It's spelled KPYK. Fantastic. First time I've ever bought one of these or ran one of these. The fit was phenomenal. No modification whatsoever. Really, really like it. Highly recommend it. It ran about $225. The other thing I did to it was I changed out the bolt carrier and bolt. I ordered a forged and polished bolt carrier and bolt from Arms of America. It's also made by WBP, another Polish AK company. And I wasn't sure how it was going to work out. If it was going to work out, I figured, it's a Polish AK, so I'll give it a shot. It fit perfectly. Head spacing was perfect. No issues there whatsoever. And it has ran flawlessly for about an additional 300 rounds since I put it in. I'm in the neighborhood of about 700 rounds on this rifle. So if a concern of yours is, well, it's got the forged trunnion, but it doesn't have the hammer forged bolt carrier. That's an option. The bolt carrier and bolt together shipped like $180. I changed out to a Magpul grip, and then I also put a Trinium front night sight on it. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see that. And then I made a fiber optic rear sight myself. There's a few different companies that are making them. I just felt like they're a little overpriced. And I also like the way that the Pioneer Arms comes with the painted numbers. That's just preference. Doesn't really mean anything. And while I had it apart, I did do a little bit of polishing to the trigger. So those are the things that I have done to it. Now you might be asking yourself, well, why buy the cheapest 5.56 AK out there and put a bunch of money in it? And there's a couple reasons. One, I was so impressed by how it fired. The fit and finish from Pioneer Arms really pleasantly surprised me. I have other Polish AKs. The fit and finish on those were excellent, and I can say that this is on par with the higher end Polish AKs. I also have Zastavas that I can honestly say the finish on the Pioneer Arms is actually better than the Zastavas. So I figured, well, I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that, have the big question mark around this AK. So I figured I would spend a little bit of money, do some upgrades to it that some other people might be considering or may consider doing if they were to get it. So I figured I would see how it worked out and then share it with everybody. Now I can say the upgrades that I have done on top of the original cost, I am still in this less money than if I was to get a Zastava in 5.56 or a WBP in 5.56, or there's various other companies out there that are making an AK chambered in 5.56. And I feel like at this point with these upgrades, it is every bit as good as what you would get from one of those other companies. I was able to customize it my own way, how I wanted it, and I'm still in it less money than if I was to just order the base model from those other companies. Also, this is the only 5.56 underfolder that I'm aware of that we can get right now. This is my first underfolder. I just, for whatever reason, wanted one. You could knock me on that if you want to. I really just got this for a range gun, something fun to go out and plink with. 7.62 by 3.9, as everybody knows, is getting more expensive. It's actually cheaper to go out and shoot 5.56. And as much as I love the AR platform, I just really enjoy shooting AKs. So I was able to go with an AK that, shot a round that isn't going to break the bank every time I want to go out and shoot it. Also another thing on this guy, the muzzle brake. This is the actual muzzle brake that came in the box. It had a slant brake, and then it came with like this castle type brake. I thought about changing it out, and then after putting a few hundred rounds through it, I just didn't see a need to change it out. It works great. This is an extremely low recoiling rifle, just a lot of fun to shoot. But if you guys have any questions or want me to go more in depth on anything else that I've done with it, unfortunately I don't have any range video, but I'd be happy to do so you guys can see that the WBP bolt and bolt carrier work as well as I say it does. But you know, all in all, my experience with this Pioneer Arms, and again, this is just speaking from my own experience. Other people have their experiences, and I'm not knocking it one way or the other. My own personal experience with this gun, very pleasantly surprised. For the money, I think that it's a very good buy. Again, like I said, no issues whatsoever. And then even changing some of the, you know, larger components, still, again, no issues whatsoever. And it came zeroed out of the box. Although obviously I made changes to the sights, but I have it zeroed at 50 yards. The furthest I've reached out with it was 100 yards, but with the irons, I don't see myself shooting any further than that. But no issue at all shooting groups at 50 or 100 yards with the iron sights. And I've shot steel case, brass case. It does not matter what it is. It just, it chews it up. The trigger itself, I don't have my gauge here with me, but it's pulling at about 3.5 pounds. Like I said, I was very pleasantly surprised with it. Again, I did polish it, the internal working parts on the trigger, not because I felt that it was necessary, but I had the gun apart, and that's, I'm pretty picky when it comes to triggers. And so I polished it, but there really wasn't much of a need to. It was just more kind of a thing I like to do, but it wasn't really necessary by any means. But again, I just thought I would make this quick review. I'm not going super in depth on it, I know, but you know, if you guys have any questions or want me to go any further into it or break it down or anything like that, I'd be happy to. Just let me know in the comments. I also would just like to express to you guys that if you were on the fence about this gun, you're not really spending a lot of money. And again, my own personal experience, totally worth the money. Great rifle, very pleasantly surprised, and I've been very pleased with the upgrades that I made to it. I would recommend any of these upgrades to anybody that already has one or was thinking about getting one and doing some upgrades to it. But that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope all you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk to you again soon.